Hi everyone, Julien here, nurse practitioner for Dan Aesthetics Medical, and our clinic is located here in Ottawa, Canada. Today, we are talking about two titans, Morpheus8 versus Sylfirm X. These microneedling and radiofrequency devices are making waves in the market, so let's go over them and let's compare. All right, now before we compare the two, you have to have at least an understanding of what microneedling and radiofrequency is. So let's break that down briefly for you. Essentially, it's two devices in one. First, you have a microneedling pen, which is a bunch of little needles that aerate the face. You stamp the face multiple times, and what that does is it breaks red blood cells and releases growth hormone and heals that area. So you're actually causing controlled damage, and as a result, you're getting controlled healing. And as an added benefit, you're also stimulating some collagen. Very cool. The downside with microneedling alone is that it ends up becoming a little bit of a bloody mess because of all the broken red blood cells. And radiofrequency is a radio wave device that adds a specific amount of energy to a certain area, such as the skin, to produce collagen. And the benefit of both is that you're getting the controlled trauma stimulation of collagen, plus the benefit of the radio wave stimulation of collagen. And on top of that, because of the added heat from the radio wave, it actually clots the blood from the microneedling. So virtually almost no downtime, no bleeding. It's pretty cool. All right, let's compare the two. This is gonna be tricky, but I'm gonna try and make this happen within a few minutes for you guys. First of all, Morpheus8 and Sylfirm X's power levels. Morpheus8 has a power level of 1 megahertz. Sylfirm X has a power level of 2 megahertz, making it 2 times more powerful. First question off the bat is, if that's the case, how is it Morpheus is more painful than this device? And Sylfirm X isn't painless. You do feel it. It's just substantially much more tolerable than this one. Well, the prime reason is because of the needle tips, which is the number 2 difference. Morpheus has an insulated needle tip, and Sylfirm X has smaller, thinner, gold-plated needles that are not insulated. This device, Morpheus device, stamps into the skin quickly, and this one is introduced smoothly with a mechanical device, making it much more tolerable. Those insulated tips, you do feel it. And what's nice about the gold-plated tips is that anyone who has a metal allergy can benefit from this without any risks. And the reason why Morpheus's needle tip is coated is basically to prevent the skin. With the 1 megahertz technology, it's powerful enough to definitely tighten the skin, but the problem with it is that it doesn't stay as concentrated compared to 2 megahertz. The 1 megahertz kind of just bursts off like this and potentially can hit the surface of the skin, versus the 2 megahertz actually stays in a very specific area unless you let the pulse wave stay a little longer. Dr. Na created this very specific device where he knew that the 2 megahertz will stay exactly where you need it to. But if you let the power level stay on, then it does actually open up and crawl up the needle tip, almost making it to the surface, but it never quite gets there. Dr. Na made a cutoff level where this can essentially be safe for all skin types. Even if you have dark complexion, you don't have the risk of post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. Where with Morpheus, even though there's an insulated coated tip, because of that 1 megahertz technology, they can never guarantee that it's not going to be a risk for anyone with darker skin types. So therefore, people with darker skin types generally should be a little bit more wary when it comes down to using Morpheus. So before I continue, I just want to clarify that both options offer great results for skin tightening, acne scarring, and other skin-related issues. It's just that Morpheus8 has been around since 2018 versus Sylfirm X, which has been around since 2021. And as a result, it offers a little bit more power with a little less pain. But the unique feature with Sylfirm X is that it also offers this brand new technology that Morpheus8 doesn't offer at all, which is an additional feature called rapid ultra short wave pulse technology. What is that? Well, everything we just talked about before was long pulse wave technology, which is basically the radio wave, the radio frequency goes down to the skin and produces a long pulse. And what that does is that long pulse heats up the skin to produce this collagen. Now, if you go to a very specific layer in the skin, such as the basement membrane, or even a little bit more superficial, then you can target blood vessels, abnormal blood vessels, such as the ones that cause rosacea, telangiectasia, other little spider veins, little redness, diffuse redness, and also melasma. which is deficiency in the basement membrane of the dermis. Now, the reason why the ultra short pulse waves are important is because if you produced one continuous long pulse wave at the superficial level of the basement membrane or where the blood vessels lie, then you'll burn the skin for sure. But with this short pulse wave technology, it actually gives it a chance to cool down, and as a result, it's enough to destroy the blood vessels without causing damage to the skin. So imagine that, you have a client who comes in, and what you can do all in the same treatment with the same tip is basically treat, let's say you want to tighten the neck, you want to tighten the jowls, but they have some melasma or rosacea here. It's literally a click of the button. You can treat their melasma or rosacea. And then after that, you can go ahead and tighten the rest of the face. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, this device is the only device to go superficial enough to treat on the eyelids and underneath, right in the tear troughs. You can literally put this at 0.3 millimeters depth right on the eyelid itself without any risk of causing harm to the eyeball, and you can tighten the skin all around the orbit. Having an option to tighten the skin around the eyes is incredible. The skin there is the thinnest on the body. It's the first place we lose elastin and collagen, and therefore it's the first place we identify someone's age. Now we have a solution to tighten that skin there. It's the first time we've ever had it, and it's remarkable. Other than that, we used to rely on creams and maybe PRP, and we know that those aren't super effective. This is an effective treatment to tighten that crepiness or to tighten sagging skin up here. It's not a replacement for surgery, but it's a close second. So that's it, everyone. Don't forget, I do have a Patreon option. Click the link below, and this will guide you to a place where I can show you my techniques on live clients and also potentially help you grow your business. Until the next time, take care of yourselves, exercise daily, and please be nice to absolutely everyone. Take care.